Hey everyone, and welcome to our very first edition of Boozy Basement here at John Brown's Underground. Since we can't talk about and make drinks in person with you all right now, we hope that this series can be a way for us all to kind of stay connected. My name is Dante, and we're going to kick off this series by taking you through how to make a classic Mai Tai. The original drink was created in 1944 by Trader Vic in Oakland, California, and although it's been bastardized along the way, Vic's Mai Tai is really boozy and relatively simple, and once you understand the classic version, it forms a perfect base for variations later on. And with that, let's make a Mai Tai. Alright, we have the tools we need and we're ready to get started. It's typically good practice to start with the lowest volume ingredient and then work your way up, so if you mess up you haven't wasted valuable liquor. So in our small shaking tin, we're first going to add a few dashes of Angostura bitters. There's a good chance most of you have seen these at home already, so if you're pouring straight from the yellow top bottle, you can usually use 1 or 2 strong dashes. But for extra consistency, we like these dasher tops that dispense less liquid, so we're going to use about 4 dashes here. Next, we're going to add our citrus, which in this case comes in the form of fresh squeezed lime juice. You might be tempted to take the easy route and buy those little green bottles of lime juice at the store, but those have a ton of preservatives and stabilizers that definitely won't do your drink any favors. So we're going to use a full ounce of fresh lime juice here, and then move on to our next ingredient, which is orgeat. And this is a fun one. Orgeat is a rich almond-based syrup that you either make pretty easily at home or overpay for a pre-bottled version of it. If you want to make your own, you can find a link to a recipe in the description below that will take you through a step-by-step recipe. The only thing that can be kind of tough to get is orange flower water or orange blossom water, which is the key ingredient in orgeat, but any market specializing in Mediterranean or Indian cuisine should have this in stock. And even if you have to order from Amazon, it's such a strong ingredient that 1 bottle should last you a really, really long time. Now that we have our bitters, juice, and syrup taken care of, we can move on to the booze. We'll get the party started with half an ounce of Ducat Curacao, which is a lovely rum-based Curacao made in St. Louis with actual La Raja oranges. That's a bitter kind of orange variety that only grows on the island of Curacao. You can use other orange liqueurs, triple secs, etc., but keep in mind that only a few of these are truly rum-based and thus true to the original recipe of the Mai Tai. We'll have some alternatives listed in that recipe link as well if you can't find Ducat. Like any good bartender, Trader Vic was really particular about the spirits he used. His recipe here called for a 17-year-old Jamaican rum and then later a 15-year-old Jamaican rum, but aging liquor for that long in a tropical climate, combined with the popularity of the drink, forced him to seek out some alternatives. Our house Mai Tai, under normal circumstances, includes a blend of 4 different rums that are aged in a small barrel to try and approximate the woody Jamaican flavor he was going for. But since the world is ending and everything, we're going to limit the rums in this video to 2 excellent bottles that will get you most of the way there. I chose Nissan Rum Agricole, which is an unaged Martinique rum distilled from sugarcane juice, and an 8-year-old Jamaican rum from Hamden Estates. If you want to make even more room in your liquor store cart, you can cut this down to a single rum that was blended with the classic Mai Tai recipe in mind, and that one's called Denizen 8-Year Merchant's Reserve. I would use that in this video, but I think if I go another day without blending rums for a cocktail, I will just evaporate. No COVID necessary. You'll need 1 ounce of each of these rums, or 2 ounces if you've opted for the Denizen kind of catch-all rum. And then with that, you're ready to add a scoop of ice and shake your cocktail. Since we're serving this drink on crushed ice, we don't want to shake it for as long as we would shake something like a daiquiri or a gimlet, but about 5 to 10 seconds of hard shaking will give us the dilution and aeration that we need. For Mai Tais, I really like these footed punch glasses, but any large rocks glass you have will be just fine. Once you strain your drink, you're going to want to add crushed ice to the top of your glass. Note about crushed ice, you can make it kind of as easy or as hard as you want it to be. If you're in the mood to smash some shit at home, my favorite method for making crushed ice is to take a canvas tote bag or something like that and a wooden mallet and just really go at it until I'm happy with the consistency of it. If you live above other people, apologize to them later. If, like me, you live near a few Sonic drive-ins, you can go there and request a bag of their pebble ice, and that will last you through quite a few of these Mai Tais. Alright, now for some finishing touches, we're going to top our drink with a few more dashes of bitters to give it some color and more aromatics on top. And then finally, you'll need a nice pretty sprig of mint. Give that mint a good slap in your hands, whack it a few more times on the side of the glass, and then place it in the drink next to where you're going to put your straw. Make sure that you or your lucky friend get a nice whiff of that mint when they pick up the drink, which is now a perfect and complete Trader Vic Mai Tai. There's a lot of thought that goes into making drinks like a Mai Tai when you consider their historical significance and how best for us to kind of approximate what their original intent was. And a few of these will put you right where you need to be.